Hello my fellow readers, today I'm going to talk about Is Love the Answer? And this is a very different manga from most. And I'll read the back and you can probably tell why immediately. It's a little bit different. So this is a poignant coming-of-age story about a young woman coming into her own as she discovers her identity as an aromantic asexual. When it comes to love, high schooler Chika wonders if she might be an alien. She's never fallen for or even had a crush on anyone, and she has no desire for physical intimacy. Her friends tell her that she just hasn't met the one yet. But Chika has doubts. It's only when Chika enters college and meets peers like herself that she learns there's a word for what she feels inside, asexual. And she's not the only one. After years of wondering if love was the answer, Chika realizes that the answer she long sought may not exist at all, and that's perfectly normal. So yeah, a little different take because we have a manga here and in print that deals with asexuality and that ace representation. And there already exists the other series, I Want to Be a Wall, which I've talked about before, and I had some issues with because of the whole like Fujoshi angle and her creepily watching her husband and his best friend, which I'm still torn about that one too, because I feel like there's a definite like attachment that the best friend has to the husband anyway, but I don't want to go off on a tangent. That one makes me wonder where it's going to go, and I do think it's been good with some of the things, like in the second volume for that, it does talk about how there's a scene where I think it's the husband says something, or maybe somebody says it. No, the husband says it to somebody else about how can she like the romances or whatever if she doesn't have certain feelings, and it was essentially like, but she's still a part of, you know, humanity and the human world, and she likes being a part of that and appreciating the experiences and everything that goes along with it, even if she doesn't feel the same way. It was an interesting thing that was probably a terrible paraphrasing, but anyway, that was kind of good to see moments like that. I really like about this series, whereas this volume, which is a standalone, is just solid overall. It's a really good story and a really good way to see what somebody would have to deal with, like the perceptions of other people and how she feels internally. It's really, really good. And then it deals with there's other characters that Chika meets, and that's what helps her explore who she is and how she views her sexuality. So she runs into one student that seems a little rough and abrasive, but he actually ends up becoming like a very close friend to hers. And then she also meets a professor who is married, but they are married for that security and that companionship, but they're both asexual as well. And it's just a very open and enlightening take on the whole situation. And I really enjoyed it. And then she meets other friends too that I believe one of them is gay, and then there's a couple that are more traditionally, like, they're just cis hetero, and the issues that they have with relationships as well. Like, there's two of them that get involved with one another, but then they don't really want to stay together, and the relationship is unhealthy, and then she's like, well, just, you know, talk it out and let it go. And I think originally they say to talk it out to like work out the feelings, and like they essentially make a relationship contract with one another, and then when they both lay it out on the table like that, they decide they're better off not. Spoilers. Probably shouldn't have said that, but not a big deal. They're kind of like just side characters. But it's even in seeing the relationships in that way that Chika understands more of like herself and what she's looking for and doesn't want to deal with. And it's just really good. And it's, again, one. I'm kind of disappointed because this creator, I would like to read the other one too, and not that I won't, but They also created Mina-kun is Asexual, which I think has a male protagonist, but it's only available digitally thus far. But I kind of feel like I wish it would also be published this way. And especially, like, as a librarian, I like providing titles like this in the collection so that they can reach readers who need them more, and also just, you know, help that empathetic path so that people can understand not everybody is on the same path in life. So this was really, really good. And the art was really nice too. And I loved her. I wish I could remember names. Like, I'm terrible at remembering character names. I remember events and characters, but I'm terrible with names. And I'm trying to remember. I love the friendship that she has with the other male college student. That is what I meant to say. Who was there. And seeing his past, because his story was very traumatic for him. And it was just such a great part of the book. It was so good. This is a very good character-driven story, and definitely would recommend it, because I feel like this is one that's going to be semi-overlooked, like, that's published, because it does have value and importance, but that a lot of regular readers might overlook. Especially if you're used to reading more like shonen titles, you might not pick this up, but I think this is really good for, I think everybody should read one diversely so that we can all build empathetic worlds. But yeah, for sure. I would pick up Is Love the Answer. I mean, I did, and it's a really good read, but I'm recommending it for you to pick up because you'll be pleased. Oh, and the author is Uta Isaki. So, there you go. No excuses. Go find them. Go read their work, because this is really good. That's it for this video. Until next time, bye.